Psychology of my brain should be studied because every single time I interact with someone, they're put into a category, and that category dictates the output that I give that person during that interaction. And I don't know if that's just me, and I'm just weird and strange. I'm probably weird and strange. I don't really care. I like being who I am. But it's all down to one source, and that source is my energy and how much energy I'm putting out. So my interactions get categorized into the categories that people are input into. And it may sound strange, but let me explain. Welcome back to the Mind of Darius. Alright, so I'm explaining how my brain works during interactions with three types of people, okay? Strangers who, you usually can just run into on a day-to-day basis, like when you're outside and things like that. My friends, people who, are like a little bit more closer to me, so they get to see a little bit more of a vulnerable side of me. And then dumb people. But before we do that, I got some updates for you guys. Alright, so at the end of the year, I had to take a break from YouTube in order to regather myself. I was doing a lot of stuff. There's projects that I was working on for myself. There's projects I was working on for other people. There's a lot of stuff that I was doing and trying to balance all at the same time. And I just needed to regather myself and refine the structure that I wanted for my channel. And so this is the new plan. So the first of every single month, you guys are going to get an episode of The Mind of Darius. So that's you guys tapping into my brain, my mind, my brain cells, and how I think and how I work, and learning a little bit of something from something I learned or how I think. And also in the middle of every single month, you guys are going to get a main channel video. That could be, like a little vlog. I like playing little games. I like reacting to things like that. Those type of videos. That will be in the middle of the month on a Sunday. So now you guys know. You guys have 2 videos to look forward to a month, which equals 24 videos in a whole year. We're doing the thing. I told y'all we leveling up. I'm also super excited because I already have some videos lined up for you guys, and I think they're going to be pretty fun for you guys to watch. I think y'all going to enjoy that. But that's all I have for the updates. Let's go ahead and get into how my brain works during these interactions. Now, let's talk about my brain, okay? First of all, it's like a computer. And like I said, I categorize everybody into a specific category, right? And then whenever I encounter you, I put you in that category, and it's like my brain goes into that folder, and then all the interactions and all of that stuff that I can give you comes out from that way. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. It's like a computer. It's weird. I'm weird, but I love it. It's great. So strangers, people who I would encounter are just in the outside world every single day. There's a such thing as good strangers, and there's a such thing as bad strangers. Stay away from bad strangers. Bad strangers are very bad. Don't go near them, okay? But good strangers, they usually naturally gravitate towards me. It's kind of strange. I could just be in a store and someone will come up here and talk to me. And I think it's just my aura and how I present myself and my great energy that I already naturally give that kind of brings people in, draws people into me. And I don't even be trying. So I have a very, 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 very wide variety of interactions with strangers because I'm always interacting with strangers. That's just something I have to do. Now, I first always have to sense if you're danger or not, okay? If you're not danger, then I can loosen up, and then I will allow my positive energy and my positive vibe to ooze into the conversation, right? After that interaction, I don't have to talk to you anymore. I don't even have to know you. I just wanted to make sure that you got a really good interaction from someone within your day in order to at least brighten it up a little bit more. That's how I think whenever I interact with strangers. And I just want to give a positive little print to their day so that if it's not good, I try to lighten it up for you a little bit, and I try to give you a little bit about positive love. Now, hopefully, at the end of the day, it all works out, right? But if it don't work, I tried, because a lot of people sometimes have a lot more deeper stuff going on, and I don't want to take on all that energy because then it becomes very draining for me. And I just say, hey, I tried, and I move on about my day because my energy matters. And that's what it's all about when it comes to interactions. It's literally communication and transfer of energy. Hey, I'm speaking to you, you're speaking to me, we're communicating with each other, we're connecting with each other. And when it comes to strangers, I want to make sure that I can reinforce that humanity is still good in the world. That's kind of how I want it to be. And again, stay away from bad strangers. Stranger danger is a real thing, and I don't need anybody near any of those bad strangers. So first of all, determine if they're dangerous or not. And if they're not dangerous and for a fact they're not dangerous, then you can interact. But that's how strangers in my brain work together. My friends, my family, they get a completely different side of me. And it's so beautiful because that's when I'm able to be a little bit more free, a little bit more relaxed. You have energy that you can give that's just very pure to people who will appreciate that energy and that actually deserves that energy. And so interactions with my friends, those are usually like more softer. Like I'm actually a really, really quiet person. My friends, they get more conversation. That's one big thing. I don't like talking to people. I don't like contacting people. I don't like doing any of that. And so if I do that, you know you have a special place in my heart. It's all love. And when it's all love and it's all pure, you're a little bit more free to be who you are. My interactions with my friends are a lot more deeper compared to my interactions with strangers. Like, those are the people who actually get to see who I am as a person. And everybody don't get to see that. And I refuse to show everybody that. So if you see it, you're very, very lucky. All right, this last category we'll talk about when it comes to interactions is going to be interactions with dumb people. And I'm going to also throw in there Karens as well, because those dumb people. Now, I'm going to identify dumb people as haters, okay? People who are not on the level as you. You up there chilling, and they trying to drag you down and bring you down to their level in order to get into conflict and situations and things like that. Those are the people we're going to talk about for dumb folks, okay? Whenever you interact with dumb people or any type of reaction or interaction with like dumb people like that, my main situation or my main objective is to get out of that situation, because for one, you don't deserve my energy. For those who try to drag me down in order for me to be on a lower frequency with them, at that point, you pulled it out of me. Those people, I usually just try to get out of the way in that situation. Now, when it comes to Karens, I've dealt with Karens before in my life. And in the situations where there's absolutely nothing that I can do for you in my life, I can't make any decision in order to even help this situation out, and you still are yelling at me, you still have a problem. Those people, my first action is to get quiet, because in that moment, if I don't get quiet, I want to say whatever I want to say, and I don't think it's good for you. If I can't do it, I can't do it. I tell you that. You continue going on, I get a little bit more shaky in my voice. Breathe a couple times. If you don't catch the hint and you don't get the situation, you don't understand it, you don't take what's going on, it's still a problem. That's when it's time for me to politely put you in your place without you really even noticing it. And then I'm going to get out of that situation. I'm going to figure out a way to get out of that situation, because then at that point, I will not be a very nice person to a Karen. In order to avoid all that crazy stuff, I try to get out of situations like that because I have too much love in my heart. That is a very prominent thing in my life. And that evolves around the energy that I give when it comes to interactions. And interactions is something that's really, really slept on for a lot of things, but it's a really, really cool tool if you think about it. I'll be honest, what my brain was talking about, I just let it go, and that's how I interact with people. If it made you laugh, smile, even, keep a straight face, or if I told you something or made you open your brain up a little bit about why interactions are the way they are, like why psychology is the way it is, like why do we interact and categorize people in that way? Why does my brain work the way it does? Like if I made you question anything like that, tell somebody you love them. Till next time. Peace.